Hello everyone and welcome to my review of the 75345 501st Battle Pack, the sequel. This set has 118 pieces and was released January of this year. LEGO always throws in one of these side builds in the battle packs that no one really cares for, and this is the same case, it's sad to say. This thing is a micro AV7 cannon. Now LEGO made a full-size version in 2014 and I think this version is just fine. You can pose the turret on the back here. It's fairly nicely built up. It's got a lot of modern parts. There is a integrated spring missile. Of course, LEGO loves to do this. There's a spring missile there. You put your spring missile in. The tail will stick out of the back, and you just pull it down. We all know how that works now. A little bit of yellow, a little bit of silver pieces here. That's nice to see. You have posable legs on this thing as well. Very, very simple. You can see they're just on ratcheted joints there. And you have a transparent brick, so of course it's just a bit more stable. Now there is also a place to seat your clone trooper. Here he is sat in now, and it is quite unrealistic, of course. This is supposed to be a really big gun that we see in Clone Wars. And that is kind of the problem with this thing. This is not a very usable set. Now, it would be far better if there was a minifig scale AT-AT in this set, or maybe a BARC speeder, or a mobile command center. I know we just recently have had a mobile command center, and what you see is what you get. There's pretty much nothing else to really say about this thing. Now, the main reason you'd buy a battle pack is for the figures. Well, these are the first two. They are both identical. This is a heavy trooper taken from Battlefront 2. This entire battle pack is based from Battlefront 2, and the first thing that kind of puzzles me is that, well, these clones should be a lot deeper in their colour of blue. They should be a lot deeper. It should be accurate to Revenge of the Sith, that whole dark blue. LEGO here have stuck with the lighter blue from Clone Wars. I guess this is kind of to keep their troopers cohesive, but it would have been nice to see them go a little bit more accurate. But I think this trooper here is by far the best in the battle pack. He has that custom built rifle that we've seen before there. It's one that we've seen before, but it looks really, really nice, and it's just better than your standard blaster. We have the pauldron represented here. This is an exclusive torso printing for the figures in this set. It would have been nice to get a proper cloth pauldron, but it's okay. The printing there's still nice, and the leg printing is the exact same as other 501st troopers. Now the helmet has an exclusive print. You have this blue visor, and you can see there, moving that out the way, you have those lines that go up there. I think that's a very nice looking helmet print there, and yeah, this guy just looks very, very clean. Going around to the back, we have a printed backpack. This is very, very nice. LEGO seen that have incorporated this here. It looks fine, it's just a 1x1 tile there. And removing that there, you can see the back printing. You can also see the head. Finally, we've gone away from the angry clones. It looks very, very nice. Now, all of the faces are the same on all of the clone troopers. I guess this is okay. It would have been nice to give them different expressions, but they're all clones, so it doesn't really matter. This is the officer trooper from Battlefront 2 again. He has the same colouring, and he is quite a nice figure. Now, he does have exclusive torso and leg printing there. You can see the blue markings with the blue belt, and you have the Karma represented on the torso. Now, this is one of the most horrid torso printings I have seen in a long time. This is not like the case with something like the AT-AT. The snow troopers within the AT-AT set had printed on Karmas purely because they had to sit down in the seats of the AT-AT. Well, this guy doesn't necessarily need to sit down, and LEGO could have easily included a Karma piece. It just looks like two little boxes there. It's supposed to be this sort of thing that goes all the way around. There's no printing around the sides or back of the legs. This is just, it's just lazy. The rest of the printing's absolutely fine though, and taking the figure around the back, you can see a very nice back printing. Again, this does bug me because it should be a bit of a darker blue, but it's fine. Going to the worst problem now. I'm just gonna do something for you. I'm going to angle this new visor piece down into the position. Yep, you can see it sprung right off. I have no idea how this made it past quality control, but I've got to say, when I put this together, I was actually so disappointed. This has got to be. I don't care about. I know we've had a lot of recent scandals, but this has got to be the worst. The fact that this visor doesn't stay on this. You get spares. I've tried the spares, and they're all the exact same. I'm gonna pop it back in for you there. See, it's on. It's fully in. Let me try and angle it down again. It just comes off. For a comparison here, just to show you, and I wouldn't usually do this, this is Boba Fett. Now, Boba Fett does not come in this set. He is a figure of mine, but I'm just going to represent this whole visor situation here. Watch this. If you look here, Boba Fett's goes down, and you can bring it back up. There's no issue here. This is fantastic quality control. And with this trooper, the 501st trooper here, I don't know what's gone on with him. I really don't understand LEGO. It's got to do with this whole dual hole in the side here, which I'm going to touch upon. Now, I know a lot of this is going to be on the figures. This is a battle pack. This is how it goes. I'm really going in depth here because this is an issue we need to address. There should only be one hole, that hole there. LEGO here has created a second hole because this is their new mould for the sort of next-gen Phase 2 Clone Trooper. And with being inaccurate and creating that second hole to match up with the positioning of the visor on the front, they've essentially like made these older pieces redundant, so it's really, really hard to actually get this to stay on. I've had trouble just literally sitting it and leaving in its upright position, and it will ping out. It will ping out now. Look, it's not even staying in fully. Look, I've put it in fully, it's not even staying in. It is such a, yeah, look at it falling out there. It's such a disappointment. On a cheerier note now, this is the Specialist Trooper, and I'm quite happy with this figure. We have that long rifle with the black candle piece that LEGO's been using now, and I'm just gonna pull that out of the way so we can see the printing better. Again, we have an exclusive torso print with these yellow markings, which look very, very nice, and we have blue arms on this figure. Now, the reason for the blue arms is there's a lot of sort of like blue markings on the white armor, and instead of doing all printed arms, LEGO's decided to just do blue arms. I'm not actually that sad about that. LEGO does this sometimes, they've done this before. It doesn't bug me, but that's acceptable. Again, same leg print, that's fine. Going around the back, it's the same back printing as your standard 501st Trooper. But the most exciting thing about this figure is the new visor piece. This is the brand new Specialist visor piece from Battlefront 2, and it's also seen in Clone Wars, and this is such a cool piece. Now, there's no printing on it. There is supposed to be like a really sleek red stripe going across. That isn't here, and that is really sort of disappointing to see. This is just a mold, it's not printed, but it's fine. At least they've made the effort to give us a new mold here, and you can flip this up, and you just have a generic 501st Clone Trooper helmet. Don't buy this thing at £18. Please wait till this thing is on offer. A lot of people, what they do with battle packs is they buy them in bulk to army build, but yeah, if you're trying to buy these things in bulk to build an army, you're scamming yourself. You should have bought the 501st Clone Trooper set that I've already reviewed. You should have bought that in bulk, because that is such a better, we're getting better figures in that set, better builds in that set, and I think that set was, was it £30, £25? I think it was £25. That's the money. This, this ain't worth £20. It's not. It's just not. As a rating out of 10 then, this thing is probably, yeah, it's gonna get a 6. I can't score it higher than a 6. Someone should have checked this. It's outrageous, and I'm not very happy with it. But with that said, thanks all for watching. I know this has been quite a negative review. It just has to be said, this is not a very successful battle pack in my eyes. The figures just, they're not up to par. I hope this sort of critique helps you, maybe in your army making decisions. Are you an army builder? Let me know in the comments below, and I will see you all next time.